My parents forgot my wedding. They were at my brother's kid's birthday party. My name is Rebecca, and I'm 27 years old. 3 months ago, I got married. It was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life. My parents didn't show up. Not because of an emergency, not because of an accident, but because they chose to attend my 5-year-old nephew's birthday party instead. This is the story of how I discovered that I've never been the priority in my family, and how I finally stopped trying to be. Growing up, the second child. I need to give you context about my family dynamic because it explains everything. I'm the youngest of two. My brother Cameron is 32, 5 years older than me. Growing up, Cameron was the golden child, the first grandchild, the son who would carry on the family name, the one who could do no wrong. I was the afterthought, the girl, the one who came along and disrupted the perfect trio of mom, dad, and Cameron. Don't get me wrong, my parents weren't abusive or neglectful in obvious ways. They fed me, clothed me, made sure I went to school. But emotionally, I was always second place. Always. Cameron played baseball. Every single game, both my parents front row, cheering, taking photos, posting about their amazing son. I played soccer. My parents came to maybe a quarter of my games, always with an excuse. Work was busy. They were tired. Cameron had something they needed to help with. Cameron got straight A's. My parents threw him a party, bought him a new video game system, posted on Facebook about how proud they were. I got straight A's. I got a good job and maybe dinner at Applebee's if I was lucky. When Cameron got into college, my parents helped him move into his dorm, spent the whole weekend, took 1,000 photos, cried when they said goodbye. When I got into college, a better school than Cameron's, actually, my dad helped me load my car and my mom stayed home because she had a headache. The pattern was clear my entire life. Cameron mattered. I was just there. Cameron's wedding versus my engagement. Cameron got married 4 years ago when he was 28. His wedding was a massive production. 250 guests, country club venue, open bar, live band. My parents paid for half of it, $30,000. They talked about that wedding for months beforehand. My mom was on the planning committee. My dad gave a speech about how proud he was of his son. They invited every relative, every friend, every person they'd ever met. It was Cameron's special day, and they made sure everyone knew it. When I got engaged last year to my fiancé Jordan, I called my parents excited to tell them. "That's wonderful, sweetie," my mom said. "Have you set a date?" "We're thinking next October. Fall wedding." "Oh, that's nice." That was it. No excitement. No squealing. No, "I'm so happy for you." Just, "That's nice." I tried not to let it hurt. "We were hoping you'd help with some of the planning," I said. "Like you did with Cameron's wedding." "Well, Cameron's wedding was different. He had Lisa's family to coordinate with, and it was a bigger affair. Yours will probably be smaller, right?" "We're planning for about 100 people." "That's manageable. You probably don't need much help." "But I'd like you to be involved." "Of course, sweetie. Just let us know if you need anything." But they never asked, never checked in, never offered to help with anything. When I'd bring up wedding stuff, my mom would listen politely for a minute, then change the subject to Cameron's kids. When I sent them venue options to get their opinion, I got one-word responses. "Nice. Fine. Whatever you like." Cameron's wife Lisa got pregnant with their first child around the time I got engaged. Suddenly, that was all my parents talked about. Their first grandchild. The nursery they were helping set up. The baby shower they were planning. My wedding planning was happening simultaneously, but you wouldn't know it from talking to my parents. The save the date I sent out saved the dates 8 months before the wedding. October 15th. A Saturday. Beautiful venue, everything booked and confirmed. I hand-delivered my parents' save the date. Gave it to them in person. "October 15th, I said. Please make sure you keep that day free. The wedding is at 2 p.m. "Of course," my dad said. "We'll be there. It's really important to me that you're both there. Rebecca, we're your parents. Of course we'll be there." I wanted to believe him. I sent the formal invitation 6 weeks before the wedding. Called to confirm they received it. "Yes, we got it," my mom said. "It's beautiful." "So you have the date in your calendar? October 15th at 2 p.m.? "Yes, sweetie, we have it." "And you'll definitely be there?" "Why do you keep asking?" "Of course we'll be there." Because deep down, I didn't trust them. because my entire life they'd shown me I wasn't the priority. But I pushed those thoughts away. This was my wedding. They'd show up for my wedding. They had to. The week before. The week before my wedding was chaos. Final fittings, confirming vendors, coordinating with the bridal party, 1,000 last-minute details. I called my mom 3 times that week. She didn't answer any of them. Texted back hours later with, busy with the kids, or we'll call you back later. She never called back. My dad didn't respond to my texts at all. 4 days before the wedding, I drove to their house. I needed to talk about the rehearsal dinner, make sure they knew the schedule, go over their roles. They weren't home. Their car was in the driveway, but no one answered the door. I texted, I stopped by. Where are you? An hour later, at Cameron's, helping with the kids. Always at Cameron's, always helping with his kids. Never available for me. I pushed down the hurt and told myself it would be fine. The wedding was in 4 days. They'd show up. They'd be there for the rehearsal dinner, for the ceremony, for all of it. The rehearsal dinner. The rehearsal was Friday night, the day before the wedding, 6 p.m. I'd reminded my parents multiple times. It was at the venue, casual, just the wedding party and immediate family. 6 p.m. came. My parents weren't there. 6:15, 6:30, still no parents. I called my mom. No answer. Called my dad. No answer. Jordan's parents were there. My maid of honor, my bridesmaids, the groomsmen, everyone was there except my parents. Should we wait? The coordinator asked. No, I said, fighting back tears. Let's just start. We did the rehearsal without them. Walked through the ceremony, coordinated the processional. My future father-in-law offered to walk me down the aisle since my dad wasn't there. He'll be here tomorrow, I said. I'm sure there's just some confusion. But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at all. After the rehearsal, we had dinner at a nice restaurant, reserved a private room, paid for everything. My parents' seats sat empty. Jordan's mom kept looking at the empty seats, then at me with pity. I wanted to disappear. At 8 p.m., my phone buzzed. A text from my mom. So sorry we missed rehearsal. Had a situation with the kids. We'll definitely see you tomorrow. A situation with the kids. Cameron's kids. Not my wedding rehearsal. The kids. I didn't respond. Jordan found me crying in the bathroom. They're not coming tomorrow, are they? They'll come, I said. They have to come. It's my wedding. And if they don't, then I get married without them. He held me while I cried, and I tried to believe my own words. The wedding day, morning. I woke up on my wedding day in the bridal suite at the venue. My bridesmaids were there, my maid of honor, Jordan's sister. We had champagne and breakfast. We did hair and makeup. We laughed and took photos. I checked my phone constantly. No message from my parents. At 10 a.m., I called my mom. Straight to voicemail. I called my dad. Same thing. I texted both of them. Getting ready. Can't wait to see you at 2. No response. 11 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., nothing. They're probably just busy getting ready, my maid of honor said. They'll be here. But I knew better. Deep in my gut, I knew. At 1:30, Jordan's mom came to the bridal suite. Honey, the guests are starting to arrive. Is there anyone I should look out for? Anyone who might need directions or special seating? My parents, I said. If you see them, can you let me know? Of course. What do they look like? I showed her a photo. She studied it. I'll keep an eye out. 1:45. Guests were seated. The string quartet was playing. Everything was ready. No parents. The coordinator came in. We're ready to start whenever you are. Everyone's here. My parents aren't here. She looked uncomfortable. Do you want to wait a few more minutes? No. If they're not here by now, they're not coming. Are you sure? Start the ceremony. The ceremony. Jordan's dad walked me down the aisle. He wasn't my father, but he was there. He showed up. He offered without hesitation when he realized my parents weren't coming. I cried walking down the aisle, but not the happy tears I'd imagined. I cried because the 2 seats reserved for my parents in the front row were empty. Glaringly, obviously empty. Everyone could see. Everyone noticed. Jordan cried when he saw me. We said our vows. We exchanged rings. We kissed as the officiant pronounced us husband and wife. It should have been perfect. It was beautiful. But there was a hole in the day where my parents should have been. At the reception, people kept asking, "Where are your parents? Is everything okay? Did something happen?" I smiled and said I didn't know, that there must have been some emergency. But I didn't believe that. If it was an emergency, they would have called. They would have sent a message. They would have let me know. Their absence was a choice. The discovery. Social media. That night, after the reception ended, and Jordan and I were in our hotel room, I made the mistake of checking Facebook. And there it was, a post from my mother, time-stamped at 3 p.m., right when I was saying my vows. The post was a photo. My mom, my dad, Cameron, his wife Lisa, and their kids at a Chuck E. Cheese. Everyone was wearing party hats. There was a birthday cake in the photo with a big number 5 on it. The caption, "The best day celebrating our sweet Aiden's 5th birthday. So blessed to have this beautiful family. Love you all so much. Birthday boy. Proud grandparents, family first." I stared at the photo for a full minute, unable to process what I was seeing. They weren't at my wedding because they were at my nephew Aiden's 5th birthday party. At Chuck E. Cheese. They chose a 5-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese over their daughter's wedding. Jordan came out of the bathroom and found me sitting on the bed, staring at my phone. "Babe, what's wrong?" I showed him the post. His face went through several emotions: confusion, disbelief, anger. "They were at a kid's birthday party? My nephew's, Cameron's son. During your wedding? Yes. And they posted about it on Facebook? Yes. So this wasn't an emergency, they chose to be there instead? Yes." He sat down next to me. "I'm so sorry." I couldn't cry. I was beyond crying. I was numb. "Look at the caption," I said. "Family first. Like I'm not family. Like my wedding didn't matter." "What do you want to do?" "I don't know." I looked at the post again. 43 likes. Multiple comments. "So cute. Happy birthday, Aiden. What a beautiful family." My aunt had commented, "Where's Rebecca? Wasn't her wedding today?" My mother's response, "Oh, she'll understand. The kids come first." That's when I started laughing. Not happy laughter. The kind of laughter that comes when something is so absurd you can't process it any other way. She literally told people the kids come first on my wedding day while I was getting married. Jordan looked furious. "You need to confront them." "Not tonight. Tonight is supposed to be our wedding night." They ruined it. They don't get to ruin anything else. Tonight is ours. I'll deal with them later. We tried to salvage the night. Ordered room service. Opened the champagne we'd brought. But the joy was gone. My wedding day, the day I'd planned for a year, was tainted by my parents' absence and their public declaration that I didn't matter. The honeymoon. Radio silence. Jordan and I left for our honeymoon the next morning. A week in Hawaii. It should have been perfect. And it was beautiful. The beaches, the sunsets, the time together. But there was a cloud over everything. My parents never called, never texted, never acknowledged missing the wedding. 3 days into the honeymoon, I finally got a text from my mom. "Hope you're having fun on your honeymoon. Send pictures." That was it. No apology, no explanation. Just hope you're having fun like nothing had happened. I didn't respond. Jordan watched me stare at the text. "Are you going to say anything?" "Not yet. I'm too angry." "You have every right to be." Part of me wants to pretend it didn't happen, that if I ignore it, it won't hurt as much. But it does hurt. It does. I showed him something I'd been looking at. More Facebook photos from the birthday party. My parents had posted an album, 37 photos of Aiden's birthday party, games at Chuck E. Cheese, cake, presents. My parents looked so happy, so present. Not one of them had posted a single thing about my wedding. Not a "congratulations to our daughter." Not a "couldn't be there but we love you." Nothing. "They erased me," I said. "It's like I don't exist." "You exist. You matter. They're just too blind to see it." I've spent my whole life trying to make them see me. Maybe it's time to stop trying. What does that mean? I don't know yet, but something has to change. Coming home, the reckoning. We got home from our honeymoon on a Sunday. Monday morning, I called my parents. My mom answered on the 3rd ring. "Rebecca, how was Hawaii?" "Why weren't you at my wedding?" Silence. "Mom, why weren't you at my wedding?" "Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry about that. We got the date confused." "You didn't get the date confused. I reminded you multiple times. I hand-delivered the save the date. I called you the week before. You knew exactly when the wedding was." Well, there was a conflict. Aiden's birthday party wasn't a conflict. It was a choice. You chose his birthday party over my wedding. Rebecca, you don't understand. We'd already committed to being there for Aiden. Committed? It's a 5-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. You couldn't miss one child's birthday party for your own daughter's wedding? The kids are important. And I'm not? That's not what I said. That's exactly what you said. Actually, you posted it on Facebook. The kids come first. Remember? Another pause. You're being unfair. I'm being unfair? I got married without my parents there. Do you understand how humiliating that was? Everyone asking where you were, everyone pitying me, and you were at Chuck E. Cheese posting about family first like I'm not your family. You're being dramatic. Dramatic? You missed my wedding. We'll make it up to you. How? How do you make up for missing your daughter's wedding? We can take you and Jordan out to a nice dinner. Celebrate properly. I laughed. That bitter, hollow laugh. You think a dinner makes up for missing my wedding? What do you want from us, Rebecca? I want you to care. I want you to prioritize me for once in my life. I want you to admit that what you did was wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We had a family obligation. I'm your family. So is Cameron. So are his children. We can't be in two places at once. You chose. That's the point. When you had to choose, you chose them. You always choose them. My dad's voice came on the line. They'd switched to speakerphone. Rebecca, that's not fair. We love you very much. Then why weren't you there? It was a difficult situation. Aiden was so excited for his party. Cameron and Lisa were counting on us to be there. And I was counting on you to be at my wedding. Your wedding will be in photos and memories forever. Aiden's 5th birthday only happens once. I felt something break inside me. Did you really just say that? Did you really just say that a 5-year-old's birthday party is more important than my wedding? That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. This is what it's always been. Cameron matters. His kids matter. I don't. You're our daughter. Then act like it. Show up for me for once. Treat me like I matter. We do treat you like you matter. You missed my wedding for a child's birthday party. How is that treating me like I matter? Silence on the other end. I can't do this anymore, I said. I can't keep trying to earn your love and attention. I can't keep being disappointed. Rebecca, don't be hasty. I'm not being hasty. I'm being honest. I'm done. I hung up. Jordan had been listening to the whole thing. How do you feel? Lighter, I said, and also devastated. That's understandable. They're never going to see it. They're never going to understand why this hurt so much. Probably not. So what do I do? Whatever you need to do to protect yourself. What I needed was space, distance, a break from the constant disappointment of being the daughter they didn't prioritize. The family text chain. 2 days after the phone call, I got added to a family group text. It was Cameron. Sunday dinner at Mom and Dad's. Everyone needs to be there. Time to talk this out. I responded, I'm not coming. Cameron called immediately. What do you mean you're not coming? I mean, I'm not coming to dinner. Rebecca, you're being ridiculous. You can't just stop talking to Mom and Dad. I can, and I am. Because they missed your wedding? Get over it. Get over it? Cameron, they chose a 5-year-old's birthday party over my wedding. Aiden's birthday was important to him, and my wedding was important to me. But that didn't matter, did it? You're being selfish. It's not always about you. I laughed. It's never about me. That's the problem. It's always about you. Your baseball games, your college, your wedding, your kids. Always you. That's not true. When have Mom and Dad ever prioritized me over you? Name one time. He was quiet. You can't, can you? Because it's never happened. I've spent 27 years being second place to you and I'm done. So you're just going to cut off the family? I'm going to protect myself from the family that's been cutting me off my whole life. Mom and Dad are devastated. They should be. They destroyed their relationship with their daughter for a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. You're being dramatic. Everyone keeps telling me I'm being dramatic, but nobody's acknowledging that what they did was wrong. Fine. They should have been at your wedding. There? Happy? No, because you don't mean it. You're just saying what you think will make me come to dinner. What do you want, Rebecca? I want to matter. But I don't. Not to them. Not to you. So I'm removing myself from the equation. You can't just leave the family. Watch me. I blocked his number. Then I blocked my parents' numbers too. It felt terrible and freeing at the same time. Thanksgiving. The absence. Thanksgiving came. I didn't go to my parents' house. For the first time in my life, I skipped the family gathering. Jordan and I had Thanksgiving with his family instead. His parents welcomed me with open arms. His mom hugged me and told me I looked beautiful. His dad asked about my job and actually listened to the answer. It was nice. Normal. The way family was supposed to be. My phone stayed off all day. When I turned it back on that night, there were 17 missed calls and 32 text messages. From my mom, "Where are you? Thanksgiving doesn't feel right without you." From my dad, "Please come. We need to talk about this." From Cameron, "You're hurting mom and dad by not being here." From various relatives asking where I was and if everything was okay. I deleted them all without responding. Christmas, the confrontation. I plan to skip Christmas too. Stay home, enjoy the quiet, build our own traditions with Jordan. But my mom showed up at my house on Christmas Eve. I looked through the peephole and saw her standing on my porch holding a wrapped gift. I didn't want to open the door, but Jordan convinced me. "You should at least hear her out." I opened the door. "What are you doing here?" "Can I come in, please?" I let her in. Jordan excused himself to give us privacy, but stayed within earshot. My mom sat on the couch, put the gift on the coffee table, looked at me with sad eyes. "I miss you," she said. "Okay. I don't understand why you're doing this. You don't understand why I'm upset that you missed my wedding? I know you're hurt, but Rebecca, cutting us off completely? That's extreme. Is it? You've been cutting me off emotionally my whole life. I'm just making it official." "That's not true." "Mom, you missed my wedding for a 5-year-old's birthday party. How is that not cutting me off?" "It wasn't like that. Aiden's party had been planned for months. So had my wedding, for a year. I sent you a save the date 8 months in advance. We made a mistake. You made a choice. There's a difference." She looked frustrated. "What do you want from us? An apology? Fine. I'm sorry we missed your wedding. There, can we move past this now?" "That's not an apology. That's you saying words to make me stop being mad. What else can I do?" "Acknowledge that you've always treated me as less important than Cameron. Acknowledge that you've prioritized his life over mine since the day I was born. Acknowledge that your actions have consequences. You're holding grudges." "I'm acknowledging patterns. This isn't about one missed event. It's about a lifetime of being second best." "You're not second best." "Then why weren't you at my wedding?" She didn't have an answer. "Mom, I love you, but I can't keep setting myself up for disappointment. Every time I expect you to show up for me, you don't. Every time I think maybe this time I'll be the priority, I'm not. I'm tired." "So you're just giving up on us?" "I'm protecting myself from you." "That's cruel." "You know what's cruel? Missing your daughter's wedding. Posting on Facebook about how blessed you are with your beautiful family while your daughter is walking down the aisle without you. That's cruel." She started crying. "I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did, and you still don't really understand why." "Then explain it to me." "I've been explaining it for weeks. You don't want to hear it." "I'm here now. You're here because it's Christmas and you don't want people asking why I'm not there. You're here because my absence reflects badly on you. That's not true, isn't it?" She stood up. "I came here to fix this, but you clearly don't want to be fixed. There's nothing to fix. This is who we are. You have your priorities, and I'm not one of them. I'm just accepting that reality. You're my daughter. You'll always be my priority. Then why weren't you at my wedding?" She didn't answer. She picked up the gift she'd brought, put it back down, then left without another word. Jordan came in after she drove away. "Are you okay?" "I don't know. She still doesn't get it." "Will she ever?" "Probably not." The gift sat on the coffee table for 3 days before I opened it. It was a photo album. Empty. With a note, "For your wedding photos. Love, Mom and Dad." I threw it in the trash. 6 months later, where we are now. It's been 6 months since my wedding. 6 months since my parents chose a birthday party over me. 6 months of no contact. They've tried reaching out a few times, always with excuses, never with real accountability. I don't respond. Cameron sent me a long email about how I'm tearing the family apart and being stubborn. I blocked his email. Some relatives understand. My mom's sister, my Aunt Jean, called me after hearing the whole story. "Your mother has always favored Cameron," she said. "We all saw it. I'm sorry you've dealt with that your whole life." Some relatives don't understand. They think I'm overreacting, holding grudges, being unforgiving. I don't care what they think anymore. Jordan's family has embraced me completely. His parents call me their daughter. His siblings include me in everything. I have Sunday dinners with them now. It's what family was supposed to feel like all along. I'm in therapy, working through the pain of being the unfavored child. It's helping. My therapist says I have every right to protect myself, that going no contact was a healthy boundary. My wedding photos came back. They're beautiful. Jordan and I look so happy, but when I look at them, all I see are those two empty seats in the front row. I'm working on accepting that my parents will never be who I needed them to be, that Cameron will always be the golden child, that I can't change any of it. What I can change is how much space I give it in my life, how much power I give them to hurt me. I'm building a new family with Jordan, with his parents and siblings, with friends who show up when it matters, with people who make me a priority instead of an afterthought. My parents made their choice on my wedding day. They chose a 5-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese over their daughter's wedding. And I've made mine. I choose myself. I choose peace. I choose people who actually show up. They can keep their empty apologies and their photo albums. I don't need them anymore. I needed them to be there on October 15th. They weren't. And now I'm not there for them either. That's not cruelty. That's consequence. That's self-preservation. That's finally putting myself first. Because if they won't prioritize me, I will. Update. It's been 8 months now since the wedding. My parents sent a card on my birthday, the first contact in months. It said, "We love you and hope you'll come back to the family." No acknowledgement of what they did. No real apology. I didn't respond. Cameron and Lisa had another baby last month. I found out through Facebook. My parents posted dozens of photos of the new grandchild. Still not a single post about my wedding. The message is clear. I made the right choice. Jordan and I are buying a house. We're talking about starting our own family someday. When we have kids, they'll know their grandparents, Jordan's parents, who actually show up. My parents made their choice. Now they get to live with it.